Specifics on 13newsnow.com. Hampton Roads is made up of diverse communities, but when it comes to police departments, that's not always the case.
Dan Kennedy investigates and explains why diversifying departments in 2020 is no easy task.
Ask most police officers and they'll tell you law enforcement is not a career, it's a calling. For Michaela Beasley, that calling came when she was a young teen.
I had always known that I wanted to be an officer. I just didn't know how to go about it.
When Beasley was 15, her dad took her to the Chesapeake Police Department to meet with an officer, any officer.
Detective Boykin at the time comes down and starts talking to me, and I'm like, this is what I want to do.
We started meeting up and going to lunch and talking, and the last 4 years we've just gotten close and just kind of guided her on her path to where she is now.
Sergeant Dorian Boykin saw some of herself in Beasley, who just this fall took the oath to protect and serve. She graduated from one of Chesapeake's most diverse police academies ever.
Hands on the back of the head. The shooters down at the bus garage.
At a time when recruiting minorities to the force is a nationwide challenge.
In the reform police atmosphere, people want to know what your department looks like. We need to be transparent.
Larry Boone is chief of police in Norfolk.
We have a host of all races here, and it's important that we represent the city.
Perhaps easier said than done. African Americans make up 40% of Norfolk, but just 19% of the police force.
We're not quite where we need to be. We've still got work to do by way of diversity. Not just us. Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, Newport News, Hampton, Richmond, everybody else do too. And we can go out of the state and look at some other places. This is not just a Norfolk issue, this is a country issue.
And that's true. Nationally, 1 out of every 10 cops is black. It's about the same in Virginia Beach, 1 in 10. In Chesapeake and Newport News, about 1 in 7 are black. In Norfolk and Suffolk, 1 out of 5. In Portsmouth and Hampton, for every 4 officers, 1 of them is black. But compare that to local census data, and you'll find that none of these departments come close to mirroring the demographics of the communities they serve. About 40% of the Hampton Roads population is black, compared to just 18% of the officers in this region.
An incident in Minneapolis, set everything back.
Chief Boone stood by demonstrators this summer as they demanded justice for George Floyd. Floyd's murder and fallout from it is making recruiting and retaining officers even tougher.
I will say in the last 4 to 5 months, folks have sat right there and said, Chief, I can't do this anymore. I've never seen anything like this. You got police chiefs resigning, not just officers, police chiefs.
But for every officer leaving, others are signing up for service.
It definitely put a lot into perspective being African American and being a female, but that didn't change what I wanted to do and what I'm here for and what I wanted to be a police officer for.
Michaela Beasley.
Beasley's dream of being a cop never wavered. And on graduation night, it was Beasley's mom who pinned her badge, knowing for her daughter, this is not a career, but a calling. Dan Kennedy, 13 News Now.
We have more on this investigation on our website. We look into the diversity of the police command staffs. Read about the city with an all-white leadership team and the other all-male on 13newsnow.com.
Many people are looking for work right now. Their job search is like